So what are some of the lessons that Americans should take away from the Civil War, this horrible bloody conflict, and apply to our circumstances today?
Well, to borrow from William Sherman, war is hell. And what I'm trying to do again, these books, you know, people have bodily functions in these books. Wounds aren't all glamorous flesh wounds. It's hot. You know, people go into battle thirsty. When William C. Oates led his 15th Alabama to Little Round Top to attack the 20th Maine, his men had marched between 24 and 26 miles, went in the battle, in the July heat, went in the battle, not knowing where they were, with empty canteens. So that visceral feel, the humanity. Wars are ultimately not, they may be caused by grand strategic considerations, but they're about human beings in mortal conflict. And so I am trying to de-romanticize the war, but also humanize it. And as far as immortal lessons go, the world is not as we wish it to be. I wish we lived in a world where I could be a Quaker. We don't live in that world. We have New Testament aspirations in an Old Testament world. And sad to say, when human beings have huge issues, major issues to resolve, and they cannot resolve them through politics or other means, they turn to war. Warfare has always been, and unfortunately may always be, the way human beings resolve intractable issues. Well, what's different about these books is, you know, they're classified as historical fiction. I think of it as dramatized history. They're very, very historically accurate. The only thing that's at all fictionalized, to use what's to me a pejorative term, is that I'm trying to understand why men made the decisions they did, how they felt. A good history book will tell you that the first day of Gettysburg, as soldiers are marching down up the mountains over there and coming eastward to McPherson's Ridge up there, that they'll tell you that they were marching in 90-degree heat, 89-degree heat in wool uniforms. But a narrative form, if done well, will let you feel how they felt. When you're marching in that heat, your canteen's been empty, your feet are tired, you hear battle noise in the distance, couriers are riding up and down, you're just a soldier or a sergeant, you go where you're told, you're trying to figure it out. Suddenly there's cannon fire in the distance, you're told to hurry up, march at the double quick, you're turned off the road into a field, still don't know what's happening, and before you know it, you're lined up and you're advancing, wounded men are coming back from the battlefield, and you don't even know where you are, you don't know the name of the place, and you just have to trust your commanders and go forward into the smoke. And that sense of being there on the spot, that's what fiction, military fiction, if well done, historical fiction, can give you that sense of what they endured, how they felt, the whys and the wherefores behind the cold historical facts. For me, finishing this 5-book cycle, this pageant that hopefully will give you a picture of the war in the East you won't get anywhere else, nonetheless, I complete it with a sense of failure too, because no book, no film will ever fully capture what those men endured and who they were. I want to know who they were, but we'll never fully know. I try to honor them, but always at the end, it's not quite enough.